Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to disassemble the steering wheel on a Cupra Formentor and how to replace your paddle shifters. The reason I'm making this video is because there is zero information online right now on how to do this. First things first, we have to remove the airbag, and how we're going to do that is exactly the same as in a Audi or Volkswagen or Skoda and whatnot. I recommend turning on the car first, just so we can turn the steering wheel, and then get yourself something sharp and just turn the wheel. And you need to, there's a hole in the back and you need to stab a screwdriver in from the top. Feel for a metal bar, and again, I'm not gonna show you to full detail. There's like 100 guides out there on how to do this, but just feel for a metal bar and push down on it. And again, it's easier if you take your phone in one hand and try to see, but I can't do that. Let's see, where is it? It's definitely not easy, but yeah, I can show you what it looks like as soon as I get the airbag off. Oh, yeah, there we go. You see how the airbag popped out? Great. Turn the steering wheel the other way, and let's just do the same. There's a hole in the back. Putting a screwdriver. Be careful, the screwdriver's too long. You can scratch your instrument, so you cannot do that. It's definitely not easy. I think I have it. Or no, it's not. Is this it? I don't think that. Oh, yeah, it was it. All right, cool. Now the airbag is popped out. And again, now's the disclaimer. Do not remove the airbag while the car is on. And I would definitely recommend that you disable the, not disable, you unplug the car battery, the 12-volt battery. Okay, wait, let me just straighten out the steering wheel first, just so it's easier to work on. There we go. Again, it's not recommended that you unplug the airbag because it technically can explode. So unplug your battery. It's in my plug-in hybrid, it's in the boot under the carpet. I think it's the same in the petrol version, but yeah, do that. And don't be stupid, don't be reckless like me. Okay, cool. This is what it, okay, I don't know if the camera can see this, but this is what it looks from the back. The yellow plug is the airbag plug, and the black plug is for like the what you call it, the horn. So to remove the yellow plug, you have to pull out the green tab, and then you can pull out the yellow plug. And I recommend using a tool with like a hook at the end. I don't have that, so I'm just gonna use like a rusty nail. Again, not recommended. I'm an idiot. So I'm gonna I'm gonna push in the nail behind the green tab, and I'm gonna pull it out. And again, I have no idea if you can see this. There's a camera attached to my damn head. There we go. You see, I pulled out the green tab. And now I should be able to pull out the yellow plug, and I, again, hope to God it's not gonna explode in my face, but you never know. Oh, there we go. Cool. Now we just need to unplug the black plug, if you can see that, for the horn. And I recommend using like a flathead screwdriver if I have one in my bag. Yeah, I do. Use a flathead screwdriver, just push it out. Okay. There we go. Now we're gonna take this and we're gonna place it very carefully in the back seat. There we go. Now the dangerous part is done. And again, these are the tabs. You can see these are the tabs that we have to push from the back. So there's a hole in the back here. You have to push in your screwdriver and then just pull it to the side. All right, so far so good. And this is what my steering wheel looks like. I have lane assist and what's it called? Travel assist. And I have the module at the bottom. I have the 2 plugs here. I have this grounding wire, I think. I have a clear wire here on the right. I have these 2 pins at the left. Right, cool. Now to access the paddle shifters, we have to remove the buttons. And how we're going to do that, I didn't straighten out my steering wheel. Just another disclaimer. Do not turn on the car while the airbag is off, because you will get a airbag warning light. And I've heard that they're kind of difficult to remove. I'm not entirely sure, but do it at your own caution or whatnot. Okay, to remove the buttons, we have to remove these 2 screws at the top. And I can't remember what kind of bit it is. I'm just gonna test it out. I think it's a T20 maybe. This is not a T20. T20. I think it's this one. Yeah, and this is what? This is a T20, right? Get yourself a T20 and remove the top 2 screws. Remember to place it somewhere safe. All right. Now that the top 2 screws, and by the way, you don't need to remove the bottom 2 screws. Those are for the start-stop buttons and whatnot, and this bottom trim. I'm not going to do that today. Okay, now that the top 2 screws are off or removed, yeah, we can pull out the buttons. And what you need here is a plastic spatula. I don't recommend using anything metal because you're gonna damage the plastic, and yeah, that's not a good idea. So yeah, let's just I recommend just pushing it in from the top here, because there's already kind of a gap. So just push it in and then slowly pull out, and you can see this this piece is like you're creating kind of a gap that you can push your fingers into. And again, like, be careful, don't just yank this out, because there's still like plugs plugged into it. So don't just yank it out, just slowly pull it out. Slowly pull it out. Okay, you see now I can push my fingers in and I can pull it out. Now I'm gonna work on the other side. Push it in from the top. Right here, yeah. Push it in from the top. See if you can get your... Oh, okay, be careful, don't do that. Push it in from the top, pull it out. Good thing I have plastic tools. Then just shove your fingers in. All right, great. Now this side is loose, this side is loose. I can pull in my fingers from both sides and then just wiggle it. Great. Now it's off, but it's still held in from all the plugs. So what you need to do is first remove this clear plug on the right. Get yourself a sharp object, and then there's a plastic tabs on all the plugs. So just push it, and don't pull from the wires, because you can ruin the wire. But yeah, push on the plug on the tab for it, and then pull it out. And the same on the other side. If you can see that, I don't know if you can. This is way harder because I can't see anything with the camera mounted to my head. There we go. And the same with this big plug right here. There we go. Okay, you're not done yet. Remember, the paddle shifters are attached from the back. So remove these two. I don't know if you can see anything. Remove these two plugs back here. I can do this with my finger, can I? Yeah. Remove this and remove this. Okay, and this is what the module looks like. You have your buttons, and as you can see, you have the pedal shift plug right here and the other pedal shift plug right here. And you have the big plug and the smaller one that we removed, and you have this one as well that we removed. If you're gonna ask what all these plugs do, I have no idea. And also there's this wiring harness on the top, or what you're gonna call it, I don't know. Yeah, looks great, looks cool. I'm just gonna let you guys take a look for future reference right quick. I've seen on some Volkswagen modules that you have a lot of plugs here and you can plug everything into it, but we don't have that here. For example, a module to disable the driver's assist, that you have to shake the steering wheel and you can't drive like without hands. You don't have that here. So yeah, I'm gonna take this and just place it to the side. Not gonna need it for now. Right next to my airbag, which is dangerous. Remember that. Okay, so far so good. The paddle shifters are attached by a T20 plug as well. T20 screw, yeah, screw, and these plastic hooks right here. So take your T20 and then just remove it. Boom. Oh yeah, by the way, oh okay, actually I didn't notice this before, but to remove the bottom trim you have to remove these screws as well, so you actually have to remove the top piece. I didn't notice that the first time. So yeah, the screws here, and a screw there. Cool. Gonna remove this one as well. And I'm sorry guys, I'm a total amateur. I don't do these kind of videos, or actually I don't make any videos. I'm just trying to help. Okay, now to remove the paddle shifter, you can just be careful, don't just yank it out, because you can break the hook very easily. So you have to, you have to pull, but you have to pull but rotate at the same time, so that the hook gets unhooked, you know? Pull and rotate at the same time. Be careful with the plugs. And this is a paddle shifter for the Cupra Formentor. I've seen a lot of people online claim that the pedals for a Audi B8 fits in this car, and I don't believe that is true. As you can see, the pedals are like specifically, like very customly molded to fit the steering wheel. You can see with the curve here, and the curve, like, it's very angled, and it's, I don't know, you could probably make something fit, but I think to do that you have to carve out the square hole in the back to make anything else fit. So yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. I like to keep my things like mostly stock, or at least be able to go back to what it was once were. But yeah. Cool, I'm gonna replace these and I'll get back to you, and you can simply just push it in, screw it, yeah, and just screw it. Alright, I have now mounted my new pedals, and I'm gonna reassemble the steering wheel. So how we're gonna do that is that we're first gonna start with the buttons. I'm gonna find it in my back seat right there. Cool, I'm gonna take the buttons and I'm gonna reattach the pedal shifter plugs, and it's this way. I have giant fingers, and it's kind of difficult, but it's gonna work out. Cool. That's one. And this is two. Again, I don't know if you guys can see anything. I'm sorry. Cool. Now we can, I'm just gonna make sure I didn't forget anything. I did not. Cool. Now we can make sure the leather that like hasn't slipped or moved out of place, because this plastic trim like pushes down on it, if you can see that, this leather piece right here. So yeah, we're gonna slowly push it in and make sure nothing is in the way, like this plastic tab right here. Push that out. Cool. Make sure this is not behind it, and like the wires for the pedal shifters, just to make sure they don't like they aren't stuck, I like to like push them out so I can see them, like right here. Cool. And this side as well. Okay, everything looks good, and now we could technically just push it into place. Okay, there we go, and this side as well. Okay, give it a like really good push and make sure everything is like aligned. My hands got very sweaty there, I don't know why. Make sure it's like, especially that this side is like fully pushed in, there's no gap, and this side as well fully pushed in, no gap. All right, so far so good. Now we can take our T20 screws again and reattach them. So I'm gonna do that real quick. That's not how a screw works. I'm an idiot. Is this the 320? Yeah, it is. There we go. And just screw it right on. Are these the right screws I've used? Let me just be the trial and error kind of guy. Yeah, the screws for the the screws for the pedals are the exact same screws as the one for the steering wheel. I'm pretty sure. Jesus Christ, I've cat hair everywhere. Okay. Okay, now that's screwed in. Take the other screw. Screw it in. That's attached and that's attached. Everything's good. Let me just tighten it just to make sure. And this side as well. Okay, great. So far, so good. Everything seems to be in order. Let's now plug in these plugs. And the bottom one first. There we go. And the top one as well. This one I have found to be very difficult. Or maybe not. Just like that. And there's a like, I don't know if you can see that, there's like a copper hook here. You can push in the wire over it and down. That's how it's meant to sit. Okay, great. And don't forget this smaller clear one down here. Just like that. And this one sits on the screw, if you can see that, on the screw housing. Push it in, and also here in this slot right here. All right, and yeah, that's the buttons. And now the only thing we need to do is reattach the airbag. So I'm gonna reach into my back seat and grab the thingy. Whoopsie. And again, this thing is dangerous, be careful. The first thing I'm gonna do is attach the plug for the horn, and that should be easy, or actually not, because it's hard to do without being able to see anything. There we go. And last but not least, the yellow plug. And again, this is the eerie part. Push it in and push the green plug, if you could see that. Push it like the yellow plug in, push in the green plug, and now everything's attached. And the absolute last part, we push the airbag into place. Okay, my camera died, like my head camera died for the last part. But yeah, just push the airbag into place, kinda, and then just ready to push it in. If I can do this with one hand, there we go. And that's it, we're done. Everything is, that's it. Yeah, again, I don't do this regularly, and thanks for watching.